Honestly, when I made the last videos, I thought the next videos would be the sampling, marketing, photo shoots, basically the next steps of scaling the brand. And I know comparison kills and destroys, but at the end of the day, I'm human, and I do tend to compare journeys with other people.
I guess honestly, the hardest part about the whole thing is just to keep going and to continuously keep going, even though the progress doesn't happen at the time that you want it. So I guess the best advice I actually can give is just to keep having faith and to also just keep working. Because even though there are a lot of doors that do close, eventually doors will start opening soon, and they will be better than the doors that we expected. And so maybe I know I've said this before a lot, but when I first started at the beginning of the year, I had like these massive expectations, and I was like, I want it done at this time, this time, this time. And then obviously things happen, so I've taken a lot of like personal time to grow behind camera, even though it's for the brand, but like growth in my own personal life. And I realized that slowly doors are opening. I just have to keep working and I guess just control what I can control and leave it in God's hands. But then I must also do my part. I can't just be like pray about it and ask, I want this to happen, then just kick back and relax. So I also have to do my part and just continue working. Continue trying to help people. But from the last few videos, I won't lie, I would have wanted to make the whole videos that I do see, like the whole sampling, speaking to manufacturers, and just like the main parts of I don't say marketing because okay, yeah, but marketing and like the whole brand. I did wanna, that was the plan, but honestly things didn't go its way again, and I won't lie, I was kind of frustrated too because again, we're all human. So I won't lie and feel like I'll never compare myself, or I don't compare myself to other people, but there are some like content creators that I do watch. Some are in the same niche. Others are, I just enjoy their style and how much similar our journeys are. And I wouldn't say I compare, but because I do admire their work, I'm just trying to get better and improve every time. So yeah, that's some progress that I'm just trying to make, trying to keep my head right, just to continue having faith that everything will work out soon. Those are kind of opening. Yeah, it did take a lot of. I wouldn't say it took a lot of time because I've grown during that time. Like obviously, I wouldn't say I've perfected all of this, but from my first video till the ones I made video, from the first video till the one I made recently, there's been an improvement, and I'm just trying to stay consistent with recording, and I'm just trying to stay consistent with my life. I think that's the biggest thing. It's just staying consistent, even when things don't work out the way that I would have wanted it to work out at the time. But over time, it just helped me be grateful for the journey and to be blessed with this journey. But yeah, I actually received one of the first comments about one of the posts that I dropped about the dungaree piece that I'm dropping for the collection. And I received my first comment, which I'm like grateful for. And what that person really doesn't understand, like I was questioning it so much, and then once that comment was there, I was like, wow, someone, oh yeah, people do actually like this. Because I think I don't know if it's like comparison or overthinking, but like over time, when you design something, at that time you're gonna think, oh, it's a hit or it's a piece, and then somewhere down the line you're like, there's no way I sat down and I made this. So just hearing or seeing someone else's perspective about it, it really did help. Yeah, and also just another lesson I was learning about it in church for our classes, and this is what I don't want to say teaching. Okay, but she was doing the lesson yesterday, and she was speaking about like how consistent God is throughout the time where we do well. In terms of my personal life, there has been a lot of like me straying away, coming back, straying away, coming back, but God's been there throughout the whole time, and that's like another thing I'm grateful for because He's been personally with me. He's been really patient. I know there are a lot of times I am stubborn. Sometimes it's a good thing. It's a good thing and a bad thing where I just don't know how to give up or don't know when to give up unless it's like boom. So I just guess that I'm grateful for that consistency that God's always there, and it's us that has the choice to open the door. Just to whatever you do, just to keep having faith and just to keep working. And I won't lie and be like every day I'm putting work, or because there are some days that hit more than other days, and you're like, nah, let me take a step back just for today, and let me get back tomorrow. Or what I do, I just tell myself, let me just do something little every day. As long as I tell myself that I've put in something, I've done some sort of work, or I've tried, that's just the best that we can do. As people really, that's the best that we can do. There's very little that we can control. So you just learn to do your best. As long as you do your best, that's that's what's really needed. But yeah, it's just also like obviously comparison. There's a good thing and a bad thing about it. I've just been like over comparing or like over consuming. That's something I'm still struggling with. 'Cause I'll tell myself like I've just realized even 10 minutes of me scrolling, it feels like forever. But there are people, there are YouTubers that I do admire, that I do love their content and how much they've also grown and improved. And I also like aim to do that, even though it's not the same niche, but just to keep growing. And hopefully the brand continues to grow. And hopefully the next few videos is gonna be something where you guys can see the pieces I have designed. But there's also something I also want to do. It's not directly related to the business, but it's more of like a personal on my personal accounts where it's just some motivation just to keep working and putting the reps in. That's from basketball when I used to play ball. Just to keep, I mean, it's also for life too, it's just to keep putting in the reps. But the thing I want to do, I just want to start like drawing pieces and adding, I don't say random designs, but designs that I'm motivated by, just to keep putting in reps so I continue getting better as a designer and just continue learning about businesses. I get better in terms of the business aspect and just to stay consistent and get better with recording and editing. And then obviously the own things in my personal life, just for me to get better and just to continue to grow. To lie and say, in terms of anyone who's watching their personal life, and say it's gonna happen today. That's not the type of person I want to be, but it's going to happen soon. Yeah, just it takes time, but what you don't realize is while you're focusing on what hasn't happened, there's just so much growth that has happened in your life, or not even in your life, maybe internally of how much you have grown over the certain period of time.
Oubatori, the idea that people, like flowers, bloom in their own time and take their own individual journeys. The acceptance of not comparing oneself to others and focusing on one's own uniqueness. Galatians 6 verse 9. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at a proper time we will reap a harvest if we don't give up. And that's the best advice I can give someone, to keep having faith and to keep moving forward.